Welcome! Today, we explore the haunting cases of some of the youngest individuals ever executed in the United States for crimes committed as minors. We'll examine the details of their crimes, the judicial process they faced, their last meals, and their final words before execution. On July 2, 1977, 17-year-old Dalton Prion and three friends, after drinking at several bars, were pulled over by State Police Officer Donald Cleveland in Lafayette Parish due to faulty taillights. Prion an altercation, Prion pulled out a .38 caliber revolver and fatally shot Officer Cleveland. Arrested hours later, Prion was convicted of murder despite his low IQ and mental health history. Sentenced to death in 1978, his appeals, including one to the U.S. Supreme Court, were denied. On April 17, 1990, he requested a seafood platter and orange soda for his last meal. On May 18, 1990, he was executed by electric chair at Louisiana State Penitentiary. His final words, "Nothing will be accomplished. I am at peace with myself. My son will be a better person by not letting something like this ruin his life. Stay strong, keep fighting, keep praying. I send my love to everyone. God bless you all." In 1981, 17-year-old Johnny Frank Garrett attacked and murdered Sister Tadea Benz, a 76-year-old nun, in her convent. Arrested days later, Garrett was sentenced to death. Despite appeals and a temporary reprieve granted after a plea from Pope John Paul II, his execution was upheld. Before his execution on February 11, 1992, he requested strawberry and chocolate ice cream as his last meal, his infamous last words, "I would like to thank my family for loving me and taking care of me. The rest of the world can kiss my ever-loving ass." At 17, Charles Rumbaugh shot and killed jewelry store owner Michael Philo during a robbery. Already with a history of crimes, he was sentenced to death in 1976. After attempting a jailbreak in 1975, he remained on death row until his execution on September 11, 1985. Rumbaugh did not request a special last meal. His final words, "DJ, Lori, Doctor. Wheat, all I can say is goodbye. To the rest of you, although you may not forgive my transgressions, I forgive yours against me. I am ready to begin my journey." In 1990, 17-year-old McGinnis murdered dry cleaning employee Lita Wilkerson during a robbery. Arrested soon after, he was sentenced to death in 1992. On January 25, 2000, he was executed by lethal injection in Texas. He neither spoke nor requested a final meal. In 1990, 17-year-old Douglas Thomas, along with his 14-year-old girlfriend, Jessica Wiseman, killed her disapproving parents. Jessica received a 7-year sentence, while Thomas was sentenced to death. Before his execution on January 10, 2000, he requested fried chicken. His last recorded statement questioned why Jessica, equally involved, served only a short sentence while he faced execution. In 1984, 17-year-old Ruben Cantu was convicted of a fatal robbery. Though doubts arose later about his guilt, his sentence was upheld. Before his execution on August 24, 1993, he requested chewing gum, which was denied. When asked for final words, he simply replied, "No, sir." In 1995, 17-year-old Patterson murdered 2 young children during a home invasion. He was sentenced to death, and on August 28, 2002, he was executed by lethal injection. His last meal, crispy fried chicken, jalapenos, buttermilk biscuits, salad, 6 Sprites, and white cake. His final words, "I'm sorry for what I caused my friends, family, and loved ones. I should be punished for the crime, but I don't think I should die for a crime I didn't commit." In 1994, 17-year-old Beazley murdered a businessman during a carjacking. His accomplices received 40-year sentences, but Beazley was sentenced to death. Before his execution on May 28, 2002, he made no special meal request. His last words: "The act I committed was senseless, but the person who committed that act is no longer here. I'm disappointed that a system that's supposed to protect and uphold justice can be as flawed as me when I made the same shameful mistake." At 17, Pinkerton was convicted of 2 brutal murders in 1979 and sentenced to death. He spent 7 years on death row before his execution on May 15, 1986. His last meal: 2 cheeseburgers with fries, onions, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, and a cola. His last words: "Be strong for me. I want you to know that I'm at peace with myself and with my God." In 1986, 16-year-old Sellers killed his mother, stepfather, and a store clerk. He claimed satanic influence but was sentenced to death. His last meal: Chinese food. His last words: "If you hate me, you'll still hate me tomorrow. Turn to God, and He will heal you. I love you all." In 1944, 14-year-old George Stinney Jr. was convicted of murdering 2 young girls after a rushed trial with no defense witnesses. He was executed by electric chair, and due to his small frame, the mask used in the execution was too large. His last words: "No, sir." In 2014, a judge overturned his conviction, exonerating him 70 years later. Thanks for watching Criminal Records. Subscribe for more crime documentaries and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.